welcome back to Tennessee Grilling and Smoking. I'm Dustin, and today we're trying something new. I've never tried it. I saw it all over YouTube and Instagram, but we're going to go ahead and try the picanha, the rump cap. It just sounds better to say picanha. But yeah, it's a good looking piece of meat, and we were able to get a hold of it today up at the local butcher shop, and I know it looks really good. It's got some real good marbling to it. Pretty excited to see how this is going to go, so check it out. Alright, now the picanha, you know, it's got a nice, fairly thick fat cap on the back, and the inside, like I said, just the marbling, everything looks really good. I'm not going to do very much trimming on it. I am going to trim off some of this fat, but we're still going to leave a nice fat cap on there because that's what's going to leave the flavor. That's what's going to give you that good taste. Alright, so let's start this right in here. Alright, let's knock this off here. Alright guys, don't look bad at all. There she is. We left about a 1/4 inch, maybe a little over a 1/4 inch of fat there on the back side. But yeah, front looks great. Not going to have to do much of nothing on the front. And so what we're going to do now, we're going to cut her up because we're going to put them on kebabs. So what you want to do is when we cut these up, you want to cut these against the grain. That way whenever we put them up on kebabs and we curl them up, and when you cut them off that skewer, you're still making a nice cut right against that grain for a great tasting piece of meat. So like I said, the grain runs this way, so we're just going to flip them over and we're just going to cut them this way. I'm going to cut them probably about 2 inches, 2 inches or so. There you go. Go. Looks about right. Alright. There she is. Alright guys, right here I'm putting the Worcestershire sauce on there just as a binder for our rubs we're about to put on it. And just doing a light little coat of that. And I'm not going to season this too heavy at all, because the fat on these things, I bet are supposed to, the fat on these things, they say, just give it an amazing flavor to it. So we're just going to give it a light coat of some Sucklebuster SPG, and I'm going to give it just a little bit of that 1836, just to say that I did, because I pretty much use that on everything. So just like I said, just a little bit of. Now this SPG is really, the Sucklebusters brand at least, is really stout. It's got, you can really, as soon as you start shaking it out there, you can smell that pepper is the first thing that starts tickling your nose. But then you can get all those other flavors into it. It's a really good product. And I enjoy it. I use it on almost everything. So we got the salt to it. Now we're going to throw the 1836 there. Just a little bit. We ain't going to go too heavy with it. Just a little shake or two. Alright, looks pretty good. Alright, we got it cut up, we got them seasoned up. I've got my grill turned on, I've turned it up all the way up to high. I'm going to wait till it gets about 470 to 500 degrees before I put them on. I'm going to open up the sear box, and we're going to put these guys on the skewer, and we're going to sear these things on each side. And what that's going to do is that's really going to give it a good outside crust, and also it's going to give that fat a kickstart into rendering. It's going to give it a nice little brownish crust on there, and it should be just delicious. So now I'm just going to let these steaks sit right here for right now while this grill gets up to temperature. Let the rubs do their job, let them penetrate pretty good, let those juices start coming out, and when that grill gets to temperature, we'll go ahead and stick these things on a skewer, throw them on there. We'll have some good rump cap. started looking at them and noticed something was funny. I didn't season the side of it. I wanted to get all 4 sides of these things coated with at least some salt and pepper and garlic. And so I ain't gonna even mess with it with the 1836. That's gonna be just fine. So let this thing get up to temperature here. All right, guys, they look like they're about ready to go on the skewer. The rub's done really good. The grill's heating up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and we're gonna fold it up just like that. And I'm gonna run one skewer from that side to the other. Push her all the way back. Now I don't have the best skewers in the world. I will really need some of those big old barbecue skewers, but I'm just gonna have to make do with what I've got. Same thing, we're just gonna run one to the other. Look at there. Now what we're going to do right here is we're just going to sear them on each side. We're going to sear it on this side till we get a good little charred look, good color, and then we're going to flip it. And at the same time, all this grease is going to be dripping down. I'm going to have the sear box open, so it's going to be causing a little flame up. So that fire is going to get up there and just touch around here. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for a good char on each side. Then we're going to turn the heat down, move them off of the direct, close the sear box, and let them finish up until we get to about 125 degrees internal. Alright, we're at about 450 degrees now, so we're going to go ahead and throw these things on to get them seared. So, check it out. Here we go. We're going to place it right over top of the box there. Oh, right. Listen to it, sis. Go ahead and close the lid here. We're going to let it sear for about, well, I don't really know. We're going to let it keep going until we get a nice color on the bottom side. I'm guessing about 2 to 3 minutes. Then we're going to flip it over. Oh yeah, look at there. So about 2 minutes. That's nice. All right, so it's been about 2 minutes on this side also. Let's take a peek at it. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Beautiful. Now we're going to slide her over here. I believe we're good on that. We're just going to slide her over to the other side. We're going to close up the sear box. And we're going to let them finish up until about 125 degrees internal. Alright guys, let's get in here and check this out. Look right there. Look amazing. The internal temperature just hit 124 when I probed it. I'm going to go ahead and pull these guys off of here. And guys, look at that crust. Look at that crust on that fat. That right there is going to be some great steak. So I'm going to go ahead and take it over here. I'm going to set it up. I'm going to let it rest for, it's not a big cut of meat, so I'm just going to let it rest about 5 minutes or so. We're going to chop it up. We're going to see how it tastes. See you in a minute. Alright guys, I've already cut into this first one there and it's looking mighty fine. Let's go ahead and get some of this second one cut out. It's rested for about 5 minutes or so. Get us a couple slices going here. Oh man, will you check that out? Just right off the skewer. And alive. Look at that. Is that not some great looking steak? Man, I'm telling you what guys, look at that. I've never tried picanha, and I don't know why, because this right here is an absolutely delicious looking piece of steak. So alright, let's go ahead and cut us off a little slice here. Let's try it out. My gosh. Boy, that fat gives it all the flavor in the world. That right there is so good. Now, this is really popular down in South America, down in Brazil, and they serve it with some chimichurri sauce. So I made up a batch. If you don't know how to make it, I made it before in my filet mignon tenderloin video. I'll put it up on top. Let you go over there and check that video out, and I've showed you how I make it. But it will absolutely bring out some flavor and some meat. So let's go ahead, try it out the right way. There's my boy.
So what are you eating?
Mm.
What is it?
Oh, yeah, it's good. This is called picanha. It's the rump cap on the cow.
Yeah, I don't eat that.
Here, you want to try a bite? Here,
No.
Colson don't like the fat. I'll cut off all the fat. You want to try it?
Yeah, if there's no fat.
Try it. Tell me what you think. Pretty good. So guys, I'm telling you what, this is an absolutely great recipe. If you ever see picanha there at your butcher shop, don't pass it up. Definitely get it. On the skewer, it cooks so well, everything cooks so evenly, and it's delicious. So if you appreciate it, if you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe if you're not already. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Get another piece. It's good, ain't it? All right. And guys, as always, go to my description and click on the link to Greenback Designs Facebook page. Man, they do excellent work on all their products, and everything they do is handcrafted, and you can really tell by the quality of their products that they really care about everything they ship to their customers. So not only do they do just cutting boards, they make candles, serving trays, signs, and much more. So please visit their page, show them some love, and be sure to tell them the Tennessee Grilling and Smoking sent you.